What do you say, baseball fans? Rye Bread talking baseball, episode 60. Rays come on strong late to get a win last night to stay atop Major League Baseball. Things didn't change in the National League because the Giants, the Padres, and the Dodgers all lost. So your Dodgers still sitting on top out there. And our bets were fantastic last night. Both our underdogs came through. We ended up losing that A's game, but Caprillion was as good as could be expected. It wasn't him. A's just didn't hit. Marquez is pitching better. I didn't think those numbers against lesser teams would transfer over because I think the A's have a tough lineup. But that's what happens. You got to take the chance. This is a close one. The other two really weren't. Houston, you love it when you're watching a game that you got a little dough on, and then you got Altuve leads it off with a home run. When the team that you've chosen has a leadoff homer, you know you like it. And he was all over the place, Altuve, in the field, at the plate. Not a big Houston fan. I just recognize that they're good. And they were playing defense. Apparently, they lead the American League in defense. I didn't see that coming. So if their pitching comes around like it has been lately, and you know we love Christian Javier, the rook, still technically a rookie. So I don't know what's going to happen when that lineup gets healthy. It's trouble. Trouble for Houston. That's why we picked Houston. Right now, the wild card sets up just like we kind of anticipated. Boston is now 3 games up in the wild card. Houston's sitting there holding the second one, and that can easily switch, I think, between Oakland and Houston. But man, Houston's just going to be too tough if they get everybody back and everybody firing. The momentum for Houston is just undeniable. They're going to be there, and they'll probably be at their top. So I'm looking Houston and the A's. And then, of course, that Yankee thing, I'm not counting them out, but they're losing games, man. This got swept by Boston, so that takes us nicely into our Xander Bogaerts beauty. Extra innings. It's a walk-off. No, it's not a walk-off, but it's a sweeper. And that's a gorgeous card that I got out of a pack for $3. And yeah, I don't know if it's rated. I don't know if I'm going to send it in. That hybrid rating system that has the color-coordinated packs, like if this is a 10 in a red pack, that's a nice card. We sure cleaned up yesterday on the cards. Your boy Dane Dunning against the Rays, he looks sharp. Don't forget about Dane. We talked about him yesterday. And just because we did him twice, why not pull out 2 rooks? I know, I'm showing off. But it's just been so lucky on the cards. And to go with that Xander, we pulled this one just for, why not? It's been that kind of day. This guy, gotta say, Bauer, he gets his one-eyed strikeout, but the Braves get the W, and the spin rate was way down for Bauer. I hope that's not going to be a bigger issue going forward. I still think he's a good pitcher, but a lot of these guys saw spin rates go down. Garrett Cole being another notable one. Our boy Burnsy, spin rate also down for Burnsy. So it was Bauer, Burnsy, and I think a couple other guys kind of showed up there, but Cole also a big drop in spin rate, and they all kind of got hurt. A lot of walks for Bauer yesterday. That was kind of his deal. He wasn't as sharp as we've seen him before. But another must mention, this is a Heritage Winker. Jessie Winker is out of control. I own Jessie Winker in my fantasy leagues. I roster him in both my leagues. I've held him for a long time. I've got a bunch of his cards. This Heritage Topps, most recent one. And he continues to set the world on fire. You can't. The Reds are so exciting. I wish they had a bullpen. And then a little icing on the cake out of that Bowman box we had. I forgot to mention, we pulled this Jazz Chisholm Jr. rookie. I really think this guy's going to be a player. Kind of a surprise add to the Major League roster. So we got him in the Bowman for the rook. And while we're here, we went crazy yesterday. Pache all over the place. highlighted by that chrome that you see at the back. But here's a Torkelson Chrome Top 100 prospect. I mean, it was just raining and pouring fantastic cards. These Bobby Witt Juniors didn't hurt either. It's going to be, before you can get them rated out, I have to take them to a card shop and see how they'll grade. But they look sharp. It's hard to come through on the camera, but man, the surfaces look good, the corners look good, the centering looks good. The modern cards are getting better and better. And here's that hot shade to go with everything else. I got them everywhere, and now we've got the chrome. So, man, I'm telling you, this card thing, it's real. It's happening. People are buying cards like absolute madhouse. There's that Javier Bowman. And then the Casey Mize. I'm going to start to move these Detroit players at the local card shops because they demand a pretty high price in person, because people don't trust the cards they get online raw. But if they can actually see it, they'll pay the correct price. Another piece of advice, don't buy raw cards on eBay unless you're paying a reasonable price, because it doesn't matter about the card unless it's rated. And it can look really pretty, but if it's all messed up when you come in the mail, it's your fault. It has to be a rated card if you're going to pay for it. So, not a big schedule tonight. Just wanted to say thank you to the underdog gods last night for a double underdog win. We like it. A lot of fun watching that baseball. Stroman gets his 5th win over Paddock. 6 hits off of Paddock. They knocked him around pretty good. Mets get the win over the Padres. I flirted with taking the Cubs over the Padres because Alzolay's going. You know we like Alzolay. Got some bids in on some Alzolay autos, rated, Gen Mint 10s. They're pretty cheap right now, and I think he's good. And when there's a team like the Cubs that has a big market, that's why I'm flirting with that Xander. All the Red Sox stuff goes off the table. Fast. Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers. Big fan bases like that. Cubs not a stranger to that. So stay with us on the cards here. That Logan Gilbert that we talked about, the young kid, he was walking the tightrope, but he got 20 swinging strikes from what I had. And that's getting your work done. The fastball was big. He's 2-pitch though. He has a show changeup that doesn't really do much for him now, but he's a young pitcher, and if he develops that third changeup pitch to go with the fastball, his fastball is hard to hit when you know it's coming. And for major league hitters, that doesn't happen often. You really have to have a lot of ride on it. But the slider's tight enough, guys got to be honest, and obviously they weren't recognizing. At one point last night, the slider kind of left him for a minute, and he was just leaning all fastball, and then he got out of a couple jams, the slider came back to him. So even though his numbers, and I like to see more control out of Gilbert, you can tell that he's got the raw stuff. He's just kind of lanky trying to put it together. So our pitchers that we highlighted, Gilbert and Caprillion, both those rookies, they really pitch well. And man, Luis Garcia just continues to pitch well as well. So the young pitchers that we've been highlighting have pulled their weight, and we're going to try and invest some of that into their cards, and we'll follow it along a little bit more as we go on. Like we said, short schedule. Congratulations, Yandy Diaz, first bomb of the year. Rays broke it open late and have a little travel day coming. So we'll be back with you again tomorrow. Don't forget, St. Pete Clearwater, Bascom's Chop House, best steakhouse in the city, best wine list. In Homosassa, you've got Fishtails of Homosassa. Great booze, great food, great times. And then you've got in Siargao Island, Philippines, I'm not kidding, check them out. Bravo Beach Resort, Pirate Castle. Fantastic places to stay out there. And we'll be back with you again tomorrow at Rye Bread, 0844. Get at me anytime. We're going to do 162.